What is up, everybody? Welcome back. I just wanted to bring you back real quick to do the little scan before we dipped off. Never know if we might uncover anything new. We do need to go over to Janus, which is Gamma, which is all the way down here. I'll probably jump back down there real quick and check out what was going on and then continue on my path of exploring everything again, but I'll meet you guys when we get back down there. I opened this up on our jumps around, so I figured I would bring you to see this, because I was like, what the heck just happened? Lord Captain, the Ordo Xenos punitive unit led by acolyte Lynette Zhu has arrived on Janus. The Inquisition forces have already taken control of the governor's palace and intend to deal with the anomalies on Janus. Heinrich, why was I not notified of their arrival in advance? I'm surprised that they have informed us of their arrival at all. It demonstrates a semblance of trust. How much did the Inquisition sniff out? The initial interrogations have set Lynette Zhu on the tracks of the wretches towards the anomalous region, but her people continue to dig deeper, so to speak. What do you think, my officers? Cooperating with the Inquisition would do us more good than trying to hide the current misfortunes of the colony. I can send them a message and keep them informed about the interrogation as a favor. If only we could throw them a bone and let them find the evidence they want. One that we can get by without. The rest can be concealed away from their inquisitive eyes. Like a sand lizard shedding its tail, sometimes one must cede a battle to win the war. I don't like the Inquisition. Ooh, I don't mind that. Lose some stuff. I don't like the Inquisition. Yeah, get out. It will be done, your lordship. Under the steady sights of the las guns, the Inquisition squad was escorted to the shuttles and sent off. There is no doubt that they will make new attempts to infiltrate Janus, and no one knows exactly how many agents have been left behind, recruited during their time on the planet. I don't like them, so I don't want them. We need to go to Foulstone. Let's see what new stuff we can do here. Do shelter. Do pleasure world. Were we looking for something? Were we looking for this? I think we were gonna do pleasure world. I don't know. I'm gonna do pleasure world even if I wasn't. There we go. Dargonus. Dargonus cries for help, Lord Captain. Riots over the interpretation of scripture have broken out in several hives across the world. While hunting for the agents of the cult of the final dawn, the ecclesiarchy began reining in the minor cults, attempting to force upon them the correct adherence to the creed. The commoners whisper of oppression of the minor cults, even daring to claim that the holy pastors have assumed the sole right to speak for the god emperor. Many of the disgruntled flee to the ruins of the Scipione hive, since the Brigadier clan has promised the protection and support. It is even said that the Brigadier supply the rebels with weapons converted from the industrial equipment in case of large-scale clashes. The enforcers and agents of the ecclesiarchy have been able to curb the rebels so far, but division grows wider by the day. Why are the Brigadiers involved in this as well? A great question, Lord Captain. The group often comes up in the reports from the capital world. I can assume that it is due to the fact that they are now in their ruined home, Scipione. They used to have a prevalent, more simplistic form of revering the emperor. The preachers there have been preaching much about the importance of work and labor communities' familial unity, but they mention very little about the importance of order and hierarchy. They have granted their congregation a form of faith that is simple, cheap, convenient, and functional as their work clothes, and now they seem to think that the priests who are swimming in luxury want to take this away from them. Is there any reason to believe that the disturbances are inspired by heretics? Thankfully, no, your lordship. The rebels zealously oppose heresy, actively fill the ranks of planetary guard and with new recruits, regularly outperform quotas, and attend prayer service. The Brigadier clan has been actively involved in uncovering the underground devotees of the ruinous powers and has discovered 2 large, successfully operating cells. Our agents are quite confident that the likelihood of infiltration by agents from the cult of the final dawn is far less likely than in other segments of the population. See what my advisors have to say. Small deviances in the creed give birth to large ones, and large ones to heresy. The basis of our beliefs lies in the absolute trust of those above us, and if their beliefs push them toward revolt, that means that these tenets have been wicked from the very beginning. But it does not make the priests wicked. They simply could have been misguided. Ask them into the ecclesiarchy's care for re-education, so that they may see the truth and guarantee their flock's obedience. Shireen, perhaps you should stop allowing the fat cardinals and their servants to do whatever they want to your people. Rein them in. The faith in the Exalted One is not contained within ranks and titles, but within the hearts and hands of the common people, and even this can take many forms as well. Let those who shoulder the welfare of Dargonus to at least choose in which manner they pray to him. Take the minor cults under your protection. We could detain the priests, which will get the Book of Minor Prayers, or we could protect the cults. We're protecting the cults. Your mercy will go down in the annals of Dargonus, Shireen 5,000. The common folk rejoiced at the news of their victory. Scoffing at the gilded priests, they offered up a thunderous prayer for the rogue trader. Thanks to the protection of the rogue trader, the agents of the ecclesiarchy were forbidden from entering the chapels of the minor cults. What next? What next? Ooh, we get to pick. That's pretty good. That sucks, but that's pretty good. 20,000. Oh. I want to do this. I really like this, but I want to do this. Yeah, I'm doing that. Look at all that. We have so little of some of that stuff. Do it. Kiava Gamma. How you doing? Need to create the sacred flame. Block Stark Experiments. Okay, so those two block each other. This only has 2 slots left. And we would want one of these. So maybe we should wait on that. Wait, okay, so it has... Yeah, it only has 2 slots left. And this... That's a lot of negative security there. 2, 4, 6, 5, 8, 10, 13, 16 at the moment. That's pretty good. I think something requires captive Xenos. Thought I saw that somewhere. We have 3 spots left here. We're gonna want one of these. And then 2, 3. Sure. And then we need to go here for this one. Okay. We need to go to Foulstone. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it, jump around some more, and I'll bring you guys back. I actually have found a area that has something not explored apparently, but first... Something finished. Here we go. Terrible news from Dargonus, your lordship. Your vigilant servants have discovered an abscess of treachery on our capital world, one that has grown far too large and could rupture at any moment. The informants report that the group known as the Brigadier Clan is actually a cover for a horrendous cult of genetic degenerates, who are currently a people in every echelon of the hive. They are traitors to the purity of humanity, traitors to the creed, rebels, and heretics. What exactly do my people find out? One tenacious clerk from the Administratum had questioned the authenticity of the reports coming from the ruins of Scipione 84249. He partially attended the debris removal and entered the lower levels of the fallen hive. There he discovered signs that proved Scipione to be infected by the Gene Plague. Thousands of corpses and extra-armed degenerates had been buried in a mass grave. He also found the remains of the Achilles Scalander's people. It seemed that they had noticed the signs of corruption and traitors aiming to cover up their crimes, buried their misdeeds under the ruins of the hive. On the way back, the clerk's transport was destroyed, but he miraculously managed to survive. Now the heretics think that they have covered their tracks once more, and so they continue their plots, oblivious and unprepared for our attack. What is this mutant plague that has affected our capital? A horrendous distortion of the human image. It seems that they spread their poison by biting and enslaving the victims. Some of them are indistinguishable from normal humans, while others are disgustingly ugly. The heretics hide them away from prying eyes. They seem to be connected by a common consciousness and are absolutely loyal to the despicable cult. The astropathic choirmaster of Dargonus has suggested that the cult may be behind the extermination of the psychers on the planet. He can sense the ghost of a powerful consciousness of some sort. The sanctioned psychers that we have gathered on Dargonus are prepared for the psychic engagement. They are disciplined, powerful, fearless, and will remain unwavering against the blows of our sinister enemy. The Brigadier Clan is a cover for this disgusting cult? Indeed, they have probably started to recruit the workers. It is easy to get lost among them. Disguising themselves as technomats, they gained a cover for their secret operations and infiltration into the upper echelons of power. Each crisis allowed them to gain our trust and receive our resources. And the most despicable of all is that they have corrupted our beliefs as well. They revere the God Emperor in the image of a four-armed abomination. Their prayers are full of hatred towards those in power and promises of a reckoning, when their dreadful deity will come and equate them with their oppressors. With us, that is. Many fools and troublemakers have fallen for their lies. Living alone in the labor settlements of the ruined Scipione, They gained the ability to act with impunity, but at least their plague has proved weaker than others, and the hive has been minimally infected. When your lordship had stood up for the minor cults, they received a golden opportunity to recruit more openly to their ranks, which are now brimming with fools who have yet to realize they are partaking in a heretical conspiracy. Heinrichs, what are those mutants? They're called Genestealers, and they're not simple mutants. They are a Xenos plague that breed inside the human brain, forever distorting their genetic makeup and enslaving them to the brood. This is much more threatening than the Drukhari fleet that ravaged the capital earlier. If they are on Dargonus, then they will try to overtake the entire planet sooner or later. The messengers of the Great Devourer. My race can sense the shapeshifters, but you should stay vigilant, Elentok. For a race with such a weak psyche as the Monkey, their appearance can prove deadly. What forces do they have at their disposal? The heretics mostly consist of workers, but some have infiltrated the guard as well. Their weapons are primarily made by repurposing industrial machinery. The cultists are fearless and will readily sacrifice themselves for the sake of their common goal. But the worst part is their psychic threat. We cannot even begin to gauge it. We fear that the tribes of the Engine Vandals will support them as well, partially influenced by the plague and partially lured by the promise of a good raid. We have to act. Absolutely right. It is impossible to negotiate with the degenerates. Our only option is to completely annihilate them. We should start from the top. Should we attack decisively and quickly, or should we expose ourselves by bringing our heavy weapons into the capital and take an advantage in firepower, to quietly eliminate their leaders, or to hit the infected territories and cleanse them of traitors? Gregor, raise the people to battle and publicly proclaim war. Tell the people that the heretics are hiding among them, and millions of loyal subjects will grind the thousands of traitors to dust. May Dargonus cleanse itself of filth. The cleansing should be thorough. So ever since the Xenos scum attacked your world, the wrecks of downed ships float everywhere in orbit. Connect with them with your ships and send them flying toward the nest of the spawn, trying to encroach on your domain. Since all of them are linked by a common will, we could start by launching our attack there. If the astropathic choir could drown out the voice of the brood, we would be able to launch a sudden strike and act quickly enough for the enemy would be able to restore cohesion and inform each other of the assault. Magenta is right. Heinrichs. I'm gonna go with Ulfar's plan anyway. I know it's the highest percentage anyway, but I'm gonna go with that. We shall do as the Emperor's angels said. Let us crush the infected sectors from the orbit. Ha! How I would enjoy seeing the carcasses of the spacecraft burn in the atmosphere and come crashing down on the heads of the miserable heretics. The wreckages of the downed ships has come crashing down in great flames, an impressive demonstration of the strength and power of the rogue trader who turned the sky itself against his enemies. The main forces of the cult were thankfully gathered at the Scipione labor settlements, where the extermination process had caused low collateral damage. Raging fires incinerated the shrines of the heretics. The enforcers, following behind the searing wall, finished the job in a quick and bloody fashion. The only thing that made the rogue trader servants feel a sense of unease, inside the cult's main temple, they found a hatchery for some grotesquely enormous monster. It was empty. They did not find the beast. If the Emperor had been merciful to Dargonus, then the monster had perished in the fires that had engulfed the hives. Oh god. During that cycle. The Tyranids are here, my friends. The Tyranids are here. So I want this. I want this. What else do we want? I think the difference between one profit factor is worth it to get 6 people. Yeah, let's do that. Gamma, how are you looking? I want one of you, and then we were wanting this. Okay, so we're holding off on that. And Beavos. You have 2 slots left, right? Yes, we wanted new whips, and we wanted one of these things, which require some high things. Which one do we want? Complacency is the only thing we're lacking. I mean, it's not bad. It's okay. I don't really want it though. I guess I'd probably consider this one because we don't really need that much freaking security. So we're looking to find working for a Fellowship of the Void and Imperial Navy. We're just checking everything slowly but surely. And we're looking for Navy and which one of these do we want? We don't want that. We don't want to lose that much security, I don't think. Probably this one. I'd probably take this one. So we want holy ammunition somewhere. Okay. And Dargonus. I don't even know what we're doing there yet. Janus. Building something, and then we actually have to go to Faustone. Alright. Let's go over here and check this out, shall we? I should save. I haven't saved in a hot minute. I broke it. Sure. And we found wonders of nature. The lone mountain chain is composed entirely of a mineral with shiny mirror-like surface. The mineral itself has no particular value for production, but its properties make this place incredibly beautiful. The sky is brilliantly reflected in the many surfaces of the plateaus, oddly shaped rocks, stone arches, and columns. The view is especially stunning on a clear starry night, or when aurora trails dance in the sky. The enraptured crew have asked the Lord Captain's permission to visit this remarkable place. Grant shore leave. The shore leave passed without incident. The ship's officers talked about it for weeks afterwards. Even the Xenosaur marveled at the rock columns sprinkled with reflected stars. She even deigned to speak with the other officers, telling them the place reminded her of Kudarok, her homeworld. Incredible. So nothing. Alright, bring you guys back when something new happens. Oh look, more things have happened with colonies. Your lordship, a monstrous storm has broken out on Janus. The apocalyptic anomalies are tearing our agri-world apart, and their epicenter is this desecrated sector. Something must be done before the whole colony is destroyed. We have to find the source of this madness. Calm down and report exactly what is happening. The fires in the sky that crash on the ground and turn everything around them into ice. The moaning earth, the deadly sound careening through the cities, the purple glow in the sky. The furious storm has covered half the continent, but we can see its epicenter from the orbit, the ruins of a xenostructure complex. What we thought to be the debris of buildings turned out to be a machine. Now it rouses from its sleep, shining the blue and purple lights from the spheres melded into it. The deadly spirits have become more material, and now everyone can see that they are not dancing, they are fighting. Fighting and chanting two names, Halcyon and Kessie. Thankfully, there is much less of them than there were before. Gaps have even appeared in the horrifying cyclone of dance twisting about the epicenter. What do we know about this cataclysm? Some wretch by the name of Zay has come out of the thicket to meet our people. It is hard to understand him, but he has managed to explain to the soldiers that Halcyon and Kessie are fighting. Halcyon in its usual way and Kessie in a wrong, corrupted way. It seems he wanted to collaborate with us and is trying to ask for help. 20% chance. Lead my soldiers. Ooh, the escort squad reports that their route had been cleared by anomalies until one of the panicked soldiers shot a wretch in the head. Since they have been assaulted by the wraiths and have suffered heavy casualties. Our people have reached the Xenos ruins that once served as either a palace or a gargantuan machine. They have encountered an extremely high concentration of spirits. It appears the spirits are fighting among themselves, with two particularly vivid, ghostly figures among them. One of these prominent spirits radiates blue light and seems to be clad in Aldari armor. The other is engulfed in purple flames and clad as Xenos ceremonial raiment. They utter sounds reminiscent of Aldari speech, but any attempts to translate them have proved unsuccessful thus far. It is an old dialect from a time before the fall. Order your warriors to aid the spirit wreathed in blue. It fights for Leviathan, purity against the despicable sorcery. Even an echo of the spirit's voice is enough to understand that its cause is just. It can teach your people how to explain to the blue spirits that they are not their enemy. What does it matter what the spirits are babbling about? They both must be slain, Advatar. Turn your weapons, turn to your warriors and inspire them to fight for their home to the very last. They've already made sacrifices to get this far, so remind them what those sacrifices are for. Yeah, now tell the squad to support the blue spirits. Make sure the men know the right words. Alas, the Von Valence's forces were too drained by the long march and the losses they sustained. The whole squad was wiped out by Ghost. Oh no! I am going to reload until we get that 20% chance. Be back. Second try. The escort squad reports that the mutant has not deceived them. From what they can tell, the route is clear of anomalies. And we already solved that. Fight for the blue spirit. The scouts attacked, destroying the purple spirits one after another. The blue phantoms recognized their new allies and did not harm them. Once the battle was over, the dignified spirit, swathed in blue flames, reached out to the scouts' thoughts, granting them visions. The planet, which was inhabited by Aldari prior to the fall, at some point became one of the many theaters of war between sensual excess, the dogma that reigned over the Xenos of that time, and the ascetic self-restraint. A local ruler, Kesai, was enlightened and wise, yet susceptible to depravity. In his desire to transfer his soul to another form of existence, he created a mechanism that would let him take over the bodies and minds of all his people. One of the ruler's bodyguards, named Halcyon, rose against the tyrant and mortally wounded him, but he could not stop him from merging with the machine. Halcyon gave his life to bind his own spirit to the device and continue fighting therein. This tragic conflict marked the end of all Aldari on the planet, but preserved an echo of their souls and of their leaders. We got a one-handed melee weapon. The wielder deals damage to the target. The target becomes blinded until the end of combat. Neat. Then the spirits disappeared, but for how long? The bodies of the fallen and a strange relic discovered amid the ruins were the only proof that, for a single day, Janus was once more engulfed in a war between long-fallen Xenos. Alright, Janus, what are we looking at? We wanted this, right? I believe so. This is like a requirement for something else. Yes, let's do this. Execute. Holy Prophet was completed. We're waiting for that. Kiava Gamma is still waiting for something else as well. And Veabos, I'm sure, is still waiting as well. All right, bring you guys back. I believe this is one of the areas that we needed to get to. I feel like I remember it for some reason, so I'm going to see if that's the case. Maybe not. Maybe we've already explored this. I'm going to check. 1 second. Ah, we have not explored this. Priceless discovery left the crew speechless and shaken. The ancient Imperial Ark ship, Hammer of Redemption, was hidden below the surface, impervious to the auger's sight. Had the rogue trader not found pieces of an archaeotech compass that resonated with the vessel's defense systems, it would have remained lying in the bottomless chasm, lost and undeservedly forgotten forever. So I guess we got a thing. The Adeptus Mechanicus acolyte studied the ancient data archives and concluded that the vessel crashed about 300 years ago. After running into an asteroid stream, hoping to rescue at least some of the colonists, the captain dispatched 4 lifeboats whose tragic fate you already know. Although time and weather were not kind to the Hammer of Redemption, the crew still managed to salvage plenty of valuable items. Add pattern data loom. What do? Plus 10 to all skills. Oh my god, who do we want that to be on? Maybe on Cassie. Go ahead and replace that. And beautiful. Okay, cool. We'll take it. All right. Let's continue on. All right, we are now at Langren's Belt, and I don't know exactly which one we need to look at, but maybe this one. Having already studied the surface of the planet before, the augurs detect a suspicious zone with an unidentified object at its center. It must have been hidden previously by some force field, but now it is for some reason it is inactive. What? No, go back. Oh, what happened? Oh my god. I didn't realize I had to. I don't know why I had to click it so many times. I'll be right back when we're back there. There we go. Immediately after the ship approaches close enough to the planet, the strange artifact from the homunculus's laboratory activates, trying to receive the incoming signal from the planet's surface. The black faces of the prism have started to emit a pulsating lilac light. The augur team reports that the group of the signal is a small beacon which cannot be studied from orbit. A group of living organisms is detected around the void ship. Send a scout team to the source of the signal. A disgusting sight unfolds before the scouts. In a sinister, high-fenced enclosure, hideous mutants crawl and writhe. Hundreds of ugly beasts, their shapes vaguely reminiscent of humans, squirm on several pairs of deformed arms and legs, incapable of attacking or doing much of anything else beyond crawling in the dirt. The creatures are riven with endless pain, which seem to feed the Drukhari beacon at the very center of the pen. A pulsating lilac light flows from the beacon. Activate the beacon. The activated beacon on the planet emits a thin lilac beam, sending out a signal which is promptly accepted by the artifact on board. The prism unfolds into many small petals and shows a holographic image of a certain planet at corresponding coordinates. Burn it. Burn the Xenos. I'm not playing with that thing. I don't really like. Why does it seem like what's up with the pirates here? Already been on that. The chase is ensuing behind a stained glass window of the bridge. Several pirate raiders are trying to catch up with the cruiser, fruitlessly firing salvos at it from their macro cannons. The officers of the augur crew report they are chasing the Elusive Contempt. It's a legendary pirate ship that has been plundering cargo ships around the Expanse for several hundred years, masterfully evading patrols and escaping unpunished with the loot. Shelby the Prostapeculator, the Elusive Contempt's captain, addresses you via Vox in a cheerful, almost affectionate voice. He thanks you for the high-grade resources mined by the Valancius Extractiums, and also your invaluable assistance in his escape. As soon as Shelby finishes his speech, the Elusive Contempt swiftly enters the warp, and a powerful salvo intended for his vessel explodes against your void ship shields instead. They dare attack me. I will destroy them all. They will not know the last time they messed with the rogue trader.
Hold fast! Our faith will be tested!
Why are there so many people? Step 1. I fire my laser beams. I feel like we want to stop this from getting away. I also probably should have saved, but oh well. Trying to whip around if possible. I can still go there. Dang it, I wish I could shoot you. I cannot. Maybe if I can, maybe if I turn you, like, maybe if you, like, get yeeted. Apparently not. We're gonna save that. Alright, let's see what happens. Imagine it's trying to escape.
No escape pods detected. No emergency beacon detected. No survivors detected.
What? Right into that for me. Thought it would do more than that, I'm not gonna lie. I don't understand why I can't use these, but whatever. Trying to get even farther away. You tickle my shield's puny mortal. Hey, good job. You got 2 salvos off. Good shot. Try to make him go the wrong way. Man, you're tanking like a boss. You're gonna be gone here in a second, though. It's a lot of torpedoes.
No mercy for the enemies of humanity.
Okay. Bye. I really needed to blow that up. Hello, goodbye. You know, not that this would matter, but oh well, technically we do get another shot off. I think I got away from him enough. Yeah, I did. Nice. Whip around, let's go. I wish I knew why I couldn't use these. I don't really understand how it works, I guess. I understand why I can't use the torpedo one, obviously. Die. And I win.
A worthy contribution to Lady Theodora's legacy.
So good at the video game. Can't you guys tell? Wow. The journal. Elusive plunderers. I don't think I could stop them, you know? Like, I just don't think I could stop them. I do want to check something, though. Type in ascending order, please. That's what I thought. We had cargo. Alright, guys, that's going to do for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.